is.
After the original Donkey Kong Country barreled its way to the top of the charts, it only took a year to see its successor, Donkey Kong Country 2: Diddy's Kong Quest. The formula remains mostly unchanged. You're still climbing up ropes, bopping on baddies, and uncovering secrets and treasures. The plot this time around does reveal one major change. Donkey Kong has been captured, and it's up to Diddy Kong and his girlfriend Dixie to rescue him from the crocodilian clutches of Captain K. Rool. Donkey Kong being unplayable was a bold move by developer Rareware, but Dixie Kong herself turned out to be an excellent addition to the Kong family. Where Diddy Kong's frenetic speed falters, Dixie Kong glides through with ease. Using her ponytail, Dixie can fly over obstacles and avoid the hazards below, certainly something Donkey Kong couldn't do. Diddy, though, is capable of using his speed advantage to jump higher and cartwheel his way through enemies. The duo of Diddy and Dixie can team up and throw each other up high to reach coins and remote ledges. They can also toss one another at enemies. Another new feature is the target goal at the end of each level. If you hit it hard enough, you're treated to an item and a song. Perhaps the most appreciated change from the original is the vast diversity seen in both the world maps and the individual levels within. You'll stick to everything in the honeycomb, slip, slide, and swim through an Arctic abyss, croc hop through lava-filled caverns, and plunder treasures from peg-legged Kremlings on ships. The nautical theme in the game is present all throughout, though this didn't cause Rare to lazily copy and paste levels. There are multiple pirate ships and other multifarious levels that change visually despite having the same central theme. The great care put into Donkey Kong Country 2's visuals emanates through the soul of each level. Using pre-rendered 3D graphics with layered back and foregrounds gives the game a sense of depth, quite an accomplishment for a 16-bit system. Above all else, this unique visual style enabled the use of incredibly detailed environments, full of shadows and mystique that captures your imagination. But it's the ethereal music that melds the gloomy atmosphere, creating a soundtrack in a class of its own. With some upbeat exceptions, the game sounds like what nostalgia feels like, melancholic and full of warmth. Of all of David Wise's compositions, perhaps the most renowned of all is Stickerbush Symphony, a calm track only heard in the far less soothing Bramble levels. It's apropos that heavenly clouds float on in the background. Another high point in DKC2 is the usage of level gimmicks. Sometimes a stage will force you to ascend vertically, be it from an elevating floor or rising waters with a hungry snapjaw piranha waiting for its next meal. You'll also have to deal with lava, where you'll use rising steam to keep your balloon afloat. Appropriately for a Donkey Kong game, barrels once again play a major role in many levels. They function differently depending on the barrel's design. Some shoot automatically, and some spin requiring precise timing. Once you hit Crazy Kremland, you'll finally be able to take a breather, on a high-octave roller coaster death race inside a skull. Like the minecart stages in other country games, it's a laborious challenge of pace that has some insanely tight jumps between broken railways. Finishing in first place is truly rewarding. Another game changer is the Animal Buddies. These ride-on companions give you an extra hit point and make it easier to ransack through enemies. They are self-contained to the level they're found in, however. Both Rambi the Rhino and Unguard the Swordfish return, only now they possess a new charge-up attack for more damage. Also returning from Donkey Kong Country is Squawks the Parrot, playable for the first time in the series. He can carry the Kongs in the air while shooting eggs at enemies, and he also has a defenseless purple cousin. Perhaps the coolest of the bunch is the debuting Squidder the Spider. While he can't jump on foes, he can shoot webs and make platforms. Replacing Winky the Frog is Rattly the Rattlesnake, another new ride-on buddy. He's a bit clumsy, but the height he can reach with his coiled jump is quite useful. Other animal buddies exist in backseat roles. Such is the case with Glimmer, an angelfish that lights the way just like Squawks did in the original. A seal named Clapper has a stationary role where he controls water temperatures in lava and ice levels. There are also occasions where you'll be able to transform into the ride-on animals. Most infamously is in Web Woods, a mostly groundless level that requires Squidder's web platforms. His webs disappear after a short while, and combined with variants in wall elevation, unkillable brown bees, and dive-bombing vultures, it's a hard one to get through. There's even a boss battle where you must control Squawks. Here, King Zing attempts to avenge Queen Bee's death from the first game. Shooting his stinger causes him to turn red and zip across the hive like mad. As if that wasn't hard enough, he shoots mini stingers and eventually explodes into zingers. The boss battles in Donkey Kong Country 2 are much more involved than before. In Cudgel's fight, he takes a massive leap that rattles the ground below. From this, explosive TNT barrels drop that will lead to his defeat. Beating a boss puts a wrap on whichever world you're in. Rare hid many secrets to find in Diddy's Conquest, from sparsely discovered warp barrels to hidden treasures. The DK coin appears once in each level, and it's usually well hidden. There's even a secret menu that displays how you rank with finding DK coins. Curiously, Link, Mario, and Yoshi are amongst the top 3. A more common coin is the banana coin, which is used as currency in Funky's flights, to get advice from Cranky Kong, or to play Swanky's Bonus Bonanza, a quiz show testing your knowledge about the game. You also have to use them at Kong College in order to even save. The hidden bonus levels have increased tenfold. They're mainly in bonus barrels, but you can also find them by mistake in unsuspecting areas or behind walls. The many bonus games vary in requirements. One will have you reach the end, the other will mandate collecting all the stars. The reward for completion is the final coin, the Creme coin. The Creme coins have only one use, and that's as bargaining chips for the Lost World. The Lost World's entry points are guarded by a no-nonsense Kremling named Klubba. In exchange for 15 Creme coins, he'll grant you access. The Lost World imposes the most challenging levels in Donkey Kong Country 2. The most noteworthy of the bunch is Animal Antics, which throws you in a marathon of multiple climates transformed as each playable animal buddy. You begin as Rambi, transform as Ungard, so on and so forth. If the difficult Bramble levels weren't hard enough for you, try playing them as Squawks with gusts of wind whisking you into the thorns. These levels are all completely optional, but it's the only way to get the proper ending battle. Doing so may drive you to tears. But don't cry for too long, because Diddy's Conquest is way too fun to sob about. With so many creative characters, the aforementioned soundtrack and visuals, and not to mention the hilarious grievances from Cranky Kong, this is a game that had real love and thorough thought put into its design. There's something very special about the sense of adventure Diddy and Dixie share. If there was ever a game that ingrained the innocence of adolescent wonder, Donkey Kong Country 2 is it.